was an island, and at its center was a village, and on its shore there was a port. In the village there were villagers. They had their homes and traditions. They had their ways passed down for generations. At the port there were travelers. They had their ships and cargoes. They had their ways shared and traded with many lands. Now one day the villagers grew afraid. They wanted their lives to be simple. They did not want the ebb and flow of the other worlds coming to and fro. They wanted nothing more to do with the port. They decided to build a wall. The wall they built stood thick and tall. It stood wide and strong and prime. It surrounded the village, separating it from the port. And for some time after, the village was quiet. And for some time after, nothing changed. And for some time after, life was simple, which was, after all, the point. But one day, one man from the village dissented. And one night this man set his mind to finding a way back to the port and the many worlds beyond. He decided to make a passage through the wall. He worked alone and he worked all night. By the light of the moon he removed stones from the wall one by one. By dawn he had made a tiny passage, big enough for him alone, and he walked back to his village home and slept. The next night he returned, but when he got to the passage he found the stones replaced. So he fetched a friend of like mind and heart, and they decided to once again make a passage through the wall. They worked together. They worked all night. By the light of the moon they removed stones from the wall, and by dawn they had made a small passage big enough for them both. And they walked back to their village homes and slept. The next night they returned, but when they got to the passage they found the stones replaced. So together they fetched still more friends of like mind and heart. And, now numbering 12, they decided this night to make a tunnel beneath the wall. They worked together, they worked all night. By the light of the moon they dug the earth from beneath the wall, and by dawn they had made a huge passage big enough for all 12. And this time they concealed their work. They chose one great stone, one so large that it took all 12 of them to move it. And with this stone they covered the mouth of the tunnel. So that they might find it again, they marked this stone with a discreet symbol in a discreet place, and they walked back to their village homes and slept. The next night they returned and all together moved the stone. They traveled through the tunnel beneath the wall and went down to the port, and by the break of dawn they had returned to the village with new things and stories and wonders and ways. Some thought them mad and some thought them fools, but some came to them with curiosity, asking about the magic that took them beyond the wall. From time to time the 12 would fetch one more into their group, and together they would move the secret stone and visit the port, traveling together and returning by dawn. And even after the first 12 had passed, those who had been shown the way would sometimes share it with another, of like mind and heart, all under a code of absolute discretion. Now, even after so many nights, after so many moons and ages and eras, over mountains and deserts, across rivers and cities and the widest of seas, a group of people of like mind and heart is still showing the way through the tunnel, beneath the wall, and continues to do so to this very